Welcome to This Is Important, a production of iHeartRadio, the show where we only talk about what is most obviously very crucially important. Today on This Is Important...
I gotta fuck this dude who just won $100.
If you put your dick through those bars, I'll do something to it.
You never had it so good.
Let's go.
Do you get diarrhea too?
What's up?
Man, I love my job. I love my job, man. And you know what they say?
This job?
You know what they say? If you love your job, you never work a day in your life.
69, dude.
Well
Blake, you said
said.
that. You said that last week. Do
I
you
did.
stand? You stand by it?
No, it's starting to be a little bit of a chore getting on here with you guys.
Mm-hmm. Did you say chore or chorg?
I wish it was a chorg.
Yeah.
That'd be real nice. Ooh,
Are you guys
I'm
cracking
sipping
open?
can.
I'm sipping a can. You guys cracking open any tall boys? What's going on?
Beverage, you know what?
You know me, I'm a
decided-
Sierra Nevada.
Oh,
boy.
you
I
lucky
like
duck.
that. You got a pale ale.
I can't keep them in the house. They go down
Yeah.
so smooth. Poolside. I love the green can. It's yummy.
You
yummy,
eat the
yummy.
can.
See, I like can. I actually love can.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
have
do.
multiple a day.
Hot.
Blood orange cardamom. I'm like, just call it orange drink. You know, we're trying to fancy it up a little bit. Just call it.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Well, now what is cardamom? What is cardamom?
That's Cardi B's mom.
I'm still gonna send it.
I don't know.
Those high boys, those are like more THC than the huge, correct?
Yeah. So this is it's not a lot. It's just 5 milligrams. But you have if you're having a night, you have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5.
And which one are you
yeah.
on right now?
This is just number 1. I just cracked it
Smoke
open,
weed every
as I
day.
was starting.
Boy.
Yeah,
never
just
come
have a
down.
couple.
Never come down. And Blake, what do you got in that Yeti tumbler?
I just cracked open a. Well, they're not a sponsor of the pod, so
Just whisper it.
Yeah, whisper.
I just have a White Claw.
What?
I have a White Claw.
How?
What? Why?
That's okay. That's okay.
No, dude.
When
hang
an
on.
emergency.
Hang on. When you could have an Ashland, you
I
grabbed a
know.
White Claw?
Yeah, dude. My.
Maybe he wanted something that tasted better.
No. Because
no,
actually, and
that
I'm
is
glad
not
you bring this
it.
up. Ashland Seltzer, the pod sauce, the OG pod sauce.
The original pod sauce.
They kind of changed their recipe up a little bit. It's a really, really tasty.
Yeah, they got
Really
some new
tasty.
flavors, and I
They
have not
did.
tried them out. I was planning on putting them on ice on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
When does this pod come out, Todd?
Way after.
Because way after. So I would have already tried this, but yeah, we're recording this right before the 4th because we're all traveling the week of the 4th. We're doing stuff. We have family in town. Yada yada yada.
I just want to party.
But I'm gonna try that new scissor from Ashland.
Yeah.
Blake, you took me on a real walk there, like American Idol style, where you were like, yeah, I'm drinking White Claw, but I got to tell you, there's a new recipe that is actually really good for Ashland, and that's why I'm not drinking it, but I love it.
I killed the box as soon as I got it. It's hot out here. I'm swimming with the kids. You put it over ice, it goes down so
Swimming
easy.
in women with their own condominiums?
Oh, I wish I knew what lyric you were quoting. What is it?
It's P. Diddy. It's my favorite rapper. What do you
Okay,
All-time
I
favorite
don't.
rapper, favorite persona.
I'm your friend.
When are we gonna learn about? Because the photos, and we've covered this. I know.
Okay.
But the photos of the amount of baby oil he had was hilarious.
Yeah, we
Like
can
a-
cover something else. You don't even need to get into this.
Hilarious amounts, dude.
Yeah. Is there anything else that's come out that's been hilarious? Because I thought,
you know what are the sketches, the court sketches are very.
oh, they
funny.
make
Have you
him
seen
look
that?
like he's
Have you
such a
seen
bad
that one?
guy.
There's no.
They
Have you
put
seen
devil horns on
No,
him.
there's the court sketches where it's like him like doing the heart hands. It's
Oh,
so
no.
funny. It's
I
so
haven't seen
good,
that.
dude.
Is that a legit thing he was doing, or someone just did that for fun?
Yes, like every day, like he's like
That
very
wasn't
constantly throwing up hard hands.
he's very pleasant in court. When his family walks in, he throws. He's like very smiley and like
You
like
sure he's
throws
not
up-
doing this? Like it's a coochie?
Oh, he
No,
he was
or Illuminati hands.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible. I'm
so
not
he's
following
doing-
it that closely anymore.
Yeah, why do we get to see some court cases? You got to see Johnny Depp and Amber Heard,
Right.
but then you don't get to see this banger, which
I
is
think you get to see
obviously
it.
That's a
Can't you
great.
see it?
No,
I don't-
there's no.
You can't just go
cameras
sit
allowed.
in on it.
No.
I mean, maybe you can, but I'm saying on television, like they aired the
Yeah.
Johnny Depp Amber
Yeah.
Heard trial.
They aired the
I don't
O.J.
know- I
Simpson
don't know how it
trial.
works.
They aired the Menendez brothers. They,
Isaac is saying, I think it's federal, so
Yeah,
you
but-
know that that's something that matters.
But you have to say it in Isaac's voice.
I think it's federal.
Freaking see ya.
I think it's federal.
And why does
Punk rock.
that? Why does that matter if it's federal or not?
You know,
well,
we don't know.
because
We don't know.
No. I think it's because there's some people who don't want to be out there as victims or whatever. No.
I mean,
Let's
that
get back
would
to the
make-
funny part. Let's
that
get back
would
to the
make
funny
that
part.
would make sense. I like how quickly
Kid Cudi
Blake
getting
Punk
his
Getting radical.
car lit on fire.
You know, I heard that story years ago.
What,
I
the
heard
Kid
all
Cudi
about
one?
that Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
But you
that
didn't
Kid
want to
Cudi
snitch.
They
I mean,
might bring
who
you
am I
in,
snitching
Adam.
to? Who am I snitching to?
Yeah, Adam was still eagerly waiting his freak off. So
Yeah,
he
I
was
was
like,
just trying to get that invite.
I'll
Yeah.
never tell. Well, who told you about it?
I can't tell. Not on the pod because I don't want people to get in
Whoa.
trouble. But I know that
Whoa.
they know it's a famous person, and they know. I honestly I don't know how. Maybe
mhm.
Cudi's like representation or something told him. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
Wait, did we cover this? One of the like guys hired to fuck in front of everybody was one of the gigolos from the show Gigolos.
No, that was our text thread.
Yeah, that was
our
our text thread.
So you
and
may.
by the way, this
you may
was
proceed.
the show Gigolos. By the way, I don't think anyone has seen that show.
We've all seen it.
Yeah, I mean, and I honestly don't even think I have. But I know Durs really loved
Durs
it.
loves it.
Yeah.
This
Still
is the
loves it.
saddest show you've ever seen in your life, where it's these like kind of handsome guys who just decide to throw their lives away and just eat rando coochie for a living. And one of them wanted to be like a rapper. One of them was like a normal guy. Then there's Brace, who we had on Workaholics, who's just a legend.
Well, legendary. I don't know if he's a
legend.
legend.
This is true. Okay,
If
he's
he's just walking
legendary.
down the street, nobody's
But
picking him up.
The one guy who was in all the fuck fests, the freak offs,
Yeah.
he like just
Thank
he
you.
just
Call
murdered
them what they
somebody.
are. It's not a.
He just
fuck
murdered
fest.
somebody like a couple months ago.
What?
Yeah.
It's all coming full circle.
Well, you know, I think about this sometimes.
Mm.
Just how many people we've met through the years, through Workaholics, and just all the crazy cast
Yeah.
of characters that we've met. How many murderers we're just rubbing elbows with?
Allegedly.
People
Yeah.
that are
Wait.
absolute psychopathic killers.
Ooh.
I bet more than a dozen. I bet more than a dozen.
More than 12 people have took the life of another human.
Yeah.
You're out
What,
of your.
this is one sentence,
You're out
bro.
of your gourd.
That's right. That's
and
right.
Adam, can you be more specific about what you mean exactly? Like 1 degree of 0 degree of
no.
separation
This
of like
murder.
someone you've worked with or someone that you've shaked hands with because you know you're out and about, you go to these fucking bars or restaurants or wherever you're
Oh,
at.
you're talking about
you're-
who we've met randomly,
we've
not like
met.
who's been a guest
Oh.
star on Workaholics.
No, I'm not saying guest
Allegedly.
star specifically on
Oh,
Workaholics.
okay.
I'm saying
I-
just like
okay.
because just from having the show
Yeah,
and
right.
being a known person, you just
Yeah.
meet so many fucking people. When you go out to a bar or whatever, you end up like shaking hands and meeting all these.
yeah.
I'm like,
Murder.
I've looked into the
Yeah.
eyes of multiple people, and I'm like, oh, that guy has murdered people, and I
Mhm.
bet I'm right. I bet I'm
Mhm.
right.
It's science.
Yeah, I would like to see the figures on that.
Yeah.
You want to see the figures
This
too?
is where AI is going to come in handy.
I really wish there was a way.
I know Pornify
Mm-hmm.
is fun, and man, is that going to kill boredom for a while?
Wouldn't that be cool if
Right.
on your deathbed, that's when they could reveal it to you, and they're like, "Hey, just so you know, you met 30 killers. You shook the hand of 30
But
actual
you're already-
killers."
Sorry, you're
Well, and then
on your
you're like-
deathbed.
yeah, and then you're
what,
like-
and what is this
and you
doing
go
for
like-
you?
You just go like, "Oh shit, no way!" Like,
no,
And then you die,
that's
yeah.
no,
and then
Blake,
you
that's
die.
interesting. That's interesting.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you like have a stat sheet
Yes.
at the end of your life,
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's
Yes.
like like countries visited, like
Yes.
people you slept with,
number of steps walked.
no, children, average weight, like the things
I
that
do
are-
like how Adam went from countries to how much you fucked. Obviously, your children. Obviously, your
How many children
Well,
do you have?
and then it gets more and more like
Where
obscure
you
the
fucked?
farther down.
Nuanced, and you can like zoom in. It's like burritos ate, like hamburgers ate, like ears of corn ate.
Orgasms had versus given.
That's
rough.
That'd be really interesting.
It would be
It wouldn't be that
so
interesting.
interesting. It would be so interesting.
Oh yeah, and
I've had more, huh?
If you could compare with like your homies and be like,
it'd be a blast.
where you're like, oh my god, I've must have jerked off way more than Blake. Like I must have been cranking down.
Is there any
I know.
man
What?
who's given more orgasms
Oh,
than
boy.
has received?
Here we go.
Casanova.
Who'd you say? Casanova?
Yeah, Casanova.
Who's Casanova?
That's his whole thing? That was his whole thing?
Who is
Casanova.
that?
He was.
That's a
gobbler.
real person.
He was
real
a
person.
gobbler?
Yes.
Who is Casanova?
He was the original guy who they named, like, if you're being a Casanova, like a player, a playboy.
You're
he
actually,
was
But you know, like, real things. You're
actually blowing my mind right now because I've heard that name since I was a child. Like that's
I believe
a word
his thing was pleasuring. He wanted to pleasure the woman.
I never looked into the fact that was a real human
But
once
why
in
do
my
you
life.
know who he really is?
Well, because he stands him.
I looked him up and I was like, maybe
oh my
I
God,
play him in a movie.
You're
Maybe
a
this is how I
Casanova
would
stan.
Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna play Casanova.
Maybe
That's
I'm
what
gonna
you're
play
win the
That's
Oscar
your
for.
Oscar. That's your Oscar,
there
dude.
it is. We finally figured it
Oh,
out.
you're gonna be Giacomo Casanova.
Giacomo Casanova.
Dude.
Oh shit, he died.
A long time
he's-
ago.
yeah, it
he's
turns out
from
he's been
17.
dead.
He
It
was
was a
born in 1725.
still gonna
Died in
send it.
1798.
That's pretty good.
And he ate a lot of. I mean, and by the way,
and
So
If
that's
you're-
the legend.
yeah, apparently
He was in prison. He was imprisoned and escaped. It says on Wikipedia.
oh, you know
God,
how he
this guy
got
was
out.
fucking
You know how he
legend.
got
you
out.
know how he got out.
Taking him downtown.
He said, "Hey, if you put your dick through those bars, I'll do something to it that you will make you release me."
Adam, you're gonna win the Oscar for this.
This is gonna be
Absolutely.
amazing, Adam. This is
but
it. This is
By
it.
the way, how gross was it to have sex in the year 1780 or whatever?
Unreal.
Pizza.
So
Oh,
gross.
yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah.
the smells.
Oh,
The
God.
smells.
Like
dude.
an old
But
hot
you know what
pocket.
though? The
Oh.
pheromones were stronger.
Stronger.
Mm.
The-
Oh, you know what? Who also played Casanova?
Paul
who I get
Giamatti.
Johnny Depp.
I get compared to him all the time, and you're basically like, oh, it's exactly one and the same. Is Heath Ledger? So yeah, I feel like I'm the next to carry the mantle, and to play Casanova.
And so
Yes, points.
that's his whole. I know that he was like a
Not a
lover,
joke.
but his whole thing was chowing.
I don't
Chowing?
know. I
Is
I
that-
honestly don't know. I do know that his whole thing was like pleasuring the woman. So
So, and that's
So he was like the first dude to be like, you know, it'd be crazy if you
If
also
we-
made her feel good.
yeah, we did a good
Yeah,
job
like,
at this.
you
And guys
fool.
are like, huh?
What are you talking about, man?
Come on, mate.
You're not gonna go down there. No way. That thing smells so bad, dude. This is 1725. It's like a bad hot pocket, dude.
It's the year of his birth. He's already going for it. Damn, dude.
Yeah, he got an early
Wow,
start. 10,000
real early
hours.
Start. Yeah, you
Sheesh.
do have to start young to
Sorry,
get those kind of numbers.
Sorry, it's 1769.
There it
You
is.
can't-
Is it- yeah, it's
You
sort of
can't
funny.
go down there, man.
A really
it's
old
like-
man at that point, but yes.
Mm.
It's like a bad hot pocket, dude.
Okay.
A bad hot dog at noon? Is that what you said?
He said
like the
hot,
only-
No, he said hot pocket dude. He's all over the place.
Bad. I don't know if there's a such thing as a bad hot dog at noon. If it's noon
Oh,
and
no.
someone holds a hot dog at,
Yeah,
at me,
Bust that glizzy.
I'm gobbling.
I
it's
bust
going
that
down.
glizzy. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that one.
I'm not
bit.
gonna go glizzy. I wanted
Was-
to. I
you
thought
mean
about it.
saying the word glizzy?
Saying glizzy. I
No,
thought about
it's-
it. I was like, oh,
no.
maybe I join. Maybe I'm Blake and try to be a finger on the pulse with the kids.
No.
But then I can't bring myself to do it. It's like when people were saying like that's lit, and sincerely meaning like
You
that's
said
lit.
that all the time, dude.
No, I did not. I never
Yeah,
said
you were
that's lit.
fucking getting
No.
lit so much. It was like,
Mom, Dad, stop fighting. Yeah, I never jumped on lit. Glizzy just seems to me like it's gonna no one's gonna be saying that in 2 years.
No one really said it. I said it kind of ironically. I feel like it's kind of out the door at this point.
Oh, is it?
I brought it back a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like come 4th of July when our boy what is his name? I'm
gonna come.
Joey Chestnut. When Joey Chestnut is
Oh,
gobbling
Glizzy?
glizzies. I bet
We've interviewed him at
Yeah,
the Super Bowl.
legend.
Great
Yes.
guy.
I know.
Adam was
Great
there.
guy.
I was there.
I just
Um,
we've
do-
shook his hand. He's a serial killer.
Legendary.
Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him.
I'm sorry. I was just kidding.
He
was
seemed like a really nice guy who has turned whatever problems he has into something fantastic.
It's science.
Okay, I
God bless
I don't want to
him.
I don't want to get into it.
Yo, honestly,
But for sure,
God
something
bless him.
Wrong.
I'd like to go back and re-listen to that episode because now, in hindsight, I have a lot of questions for him.
Yeah.
Like, what made
You were
him-
starstruck, Adam.
I was.
Give
I think
yourself
I
a break.
was.
We had no idea he was gonna approach the booth.
Yeah, we had no. Yeah,
That
it
was a dice
all,
roll.
all of a sudden, Joey Chestnut's ready to
Yeah.
sit down.
I thought we knew the night before.
Maybe you did.
Go
I was
ahead.
Maybe
fucking-
you did.
I was
Maybe
in
you
New
did.
Orleans.
Yeah,
I
we
was
were
getting
partying, dude.
crunk,
Yeah,
bro.
I guess I was busy throwing up on my bed.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Goodbye.
Yeah, you were busy.
right.
Go ahead. What were you
but-
saying though?
No,
That's right.
I would like to ask him like, what made him think he could be the greatest at this? Like,
can
was
ask
he
that.
always a fast eater?
Dude,
Like, as a
hang
child?
on.
Right.
I wouldn't even ask what made you think you'd be the greatest. What made you even sit down to try in the first place?
Well, I could see like if you're a fast eater and you always finish before everyone else by a long shot.
Adam,
Then you're-
no one's really going like looking around going, fuck, man. I feel like every time I sit down for dinner, I'm always done first.
Maybe at
Maybe I'll
Thanksgiving.
do a contest.
Well, I mean, you're at a 4th of July party. Someone's
Uh-huh.
like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
We're
yeah.
gonna do a hot dog eating contest. Wouldn't that be funny? And then he's like,
And you go,
okay,
"Oh,
and he's
He ate the grill.
dude. He's catching the eye of some girl
Joey ate the
who
grill.
never gave him any love or respect. And then
Right.
he's like, maybe this, every once in a while,
Yeah.
you're like, I'm gonna do something that's probably stupid, but when you were younger, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do something dumb
Mhm.
and then
He's
get
gonna
the
get the
attention
girl.
of this girl.
Right.
And his was gobbling these
He just started
glizzies.
yeah, he just started being like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is weird how hot chicks think it is. Yeah.
Very shagadelic.
You know, at
So,
that-
so good call, and I'm sorry I even brought it up.
Yeah, you fucked up.
No, you're
bro.
young. You don't know. Like
You
I used
don't.
to think if I dance
you're-
hard enough at my
Yeah.
aunt's
Yeah.
weddings, that a scout will pluck me
I
from the
remember.
crowd.
I remember
Mhm.
Teddy got like his first girlfriend because he was so good at Papa Shot basketball one day, and he just left with a chick on his arm.
Can I
dude.
tell you something? That's a legendarily
Yeah.
cool thing to be good at.
That
Every
is-
fucking cool guy is good at Papa Shot.
Hot, 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 hot.
Your boy from Spur Posse for sure was good at that one.
Yeah,
Please,
well, yeah, definitely. Like Papa
Well,
Shot.
no,
is-
girls like a winner. I remember one time I won $100 in roulette at a
Okay.
casino, and
Okay.
this girl went home with me that night who was
Well, that's
way.
a prostitute.
No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't, and she was way above.
She was way
she was
Your fighting
beautiful.
weight.
Yeah, my fighting
Yeah.
weight.
Mhm.
And
Uh-huh.
then later, she told me, "I think I just went home with you because you won the $100. It was like
Uh-huh.
exciting that you won.
Really?
That was her going, I think I went home for the $100.
$100.
I
I went home for you.
I think you owe me $100.
Yeah.
And in fact, she didn't know that I had only won $100. When I was like, it was only like 100, like
Oh, because you had.
$40 or whatever.
Right.
And she was like, "Oh, okay."
Also,
I thought you won like a lot of money, and I'm like, no, no.
I don't want to slut shame. But
yeah.
who is this woman who's
I
like,
think girls.
I gotta fuck this dude who just
I
won
don't think
$100.
it was exactly that. She might have been on the fence, and the fact that I was winning, I was on a good roll.
Yeah,
it was
you
just
were
like
probably-
tipped her over.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She was
So you
looking
pushed
at
this
ya.
woman off a fence.
No, but you know what I'm saying. If you're
It's
winning
your metaphor.
if you're doing something
You're
cool or good,
You're exuding the like
confidence.
Yeah. And probably you probably had the whole table cheering for you, and like you made a real big deal.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, you made a real big deal about the $100.
I feel like the people who cheer on other people gambling are idiots,
enablers,
and fucking losers.
Freaking see ya.
Okay, why, Durs? Come on.
Because it's like,
why not be happy for something?
Just be happy for people.
Yeah.
No, they're glommers. They're glommers.
Well, they're also
your own
probably
money.
half cocked. They're probably a little drunk. You know,
That's
they're
also,
just stopping
by the way,
a table.
if I'm at a blackjack table with you guys, and you guys you go on a real heater, and Blake all of a sudden getting blackjack,
which we're gonna do on the cruise, right? We're gonna do on the cruise,
absolutely. And all of a sudden,
Adam, why are you blowing me?
I'm
well, you won $100. Next thing you know,
I'm gonna cheer and be excited for my friend.
Absolutely.
That's
celebrate.
And if you think I'm a loser for doing that,
a stranger?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
If you go and stand at a table that you're not gambling at and you start cheer, I'm not talking about rooting on other people who you're sitting at a table gambling with. If you just go stand at a table,
we're vibing
where
Durs.
someone else is gambling that you have never met and you're cheering them on, you're a loser.
No,
go
dude,
gamble,
you're
put your money down and go. Let's do
it's
this.
like when you see somebody like breakdancing, you stop, you watch, you cheer, or whatever, dude.
It's
just
exactly.
Like,
it's like
just
a
the
fun
energy.
moment.
It's the energy. It's the energy.
How dare you bring up breakdancing? Because you know I'm with you on the breakdancing.
I know. Well, I'm trying to put it in your terms. It's just the energy is flowing, baby. It's like, come on.
I would much rather stop and watch
up.
somebody breakdancing and then fuck them and wake up the next day and go, hey, you know what? I think I fucked you because you were breakdancing.
Right.
Then go, I think I fucked you because you won $100.
Well, dude, like I said, my
By the
guy
way,
was
it wasn't
probably...
a stranger. It wasn't a stranger. It was someone that was in my group. I knew her. It was just
that tipped the scale. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense. But even if she was a stranger, that's cool. You're probably the vibe was right.
By the way,
Love
if someone has like a playing roulette and they have all of a sudden it's for like $10,000 or $20,000 and they win, I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna be like, I'll give a woohoo.
Yeah,
that's
bud.
exciting. That's exciting.
You put your
But are you
nuts on
gonna
the
stand
table
there and keep watching them go?
Well, maybe until they lose. Why not? Follow the run.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's not fun for me. I would just go. I would go to another table and I would gamble. And I don't even like gambling. But sitting and watching other people doing stuff where you're like,
I mean,
I don't know.
come on, man. I don't. You know, say lovey, say lovey.
What does that mean?
Such is life.
Mm-hmm.
Such is
To
life.
you. Fucking bring something else up.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
You know what I've been watching a lot of?
What's
every morning?
Mm-mm.
Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze.
Wait, you watch Ninja Turtles 2 every morning?
Multiple mornings? You're spacing it out.
Are you watching
Is it
like
on
10
Quibi?
minutes at a time?
It's on Quibi?
No, I'm sitting down and I'm watching it every morning, every day of the week. Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze. Are you guys familiar with that movie?
I mean, yeah, I've seen it.
Blake, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Well, I just expected like a bigger reaction, like, "Oh yeah, that's my shit." Like,
well, yeah, okay,
That's
but
your fault.
Yeah, all right.
Don't expect anything.
I'm getting. You know what?
Just let us be ourselves.
I'll never work a day in my life. I love you. It's kind of bad, but it's kind of good too.
It's awful. I remember even as a child being like, "This is too much."
I don't remember the movie that well.
Go ahead. I watch it every morning. Durs, what do you remember of it?
I remember that the
What's
British
your negative
actor,
take?
My negative take is Super Shredder. I remember thinking Super Shredder was super cool.
Kevin
but then
Nash.
they didn't
Kevin
really do
Nash.
anything. Oh, was it?
Yes.
That's very cool.
Yes.
WCW,
NWO.
Toka and Razor.
Diesel. Yes.
And now, why wasn't it Rocksteady and Bebop? And I'm sure there was some like legal reason.
It's
but,
all legality. The other thing is that the first movie was such a hit that they really needed to turn it around in like a year. So there was like a lot of weird stuff. Like April is not the same April.
Yeah, the first April is my April.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
we all know Adam's April O'Neil.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. It's got to be the porno one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out.
I didn't even get that.
Shout out.
Ben Come, great movie. You got to check
Yeah,
out
I
Ben Come.
don't remember the second one.
Oh, it's dope.
It's got Vanilla Ice. It's got hit music.
Okay.
Dude,
okay.
Ninja Rap.
Ninja
yeah.
Rap. All right.
Go Ninja,
Still
go Ninja,
such
go.
a good song. Like the dance that accompanies it
So
is
Blake,
so
why
good.
are you, as a 41-year-old man, watching this movie every morning, 5
Bro,
days a week?
It just gets me juiced, bro. It just
Okay.
gets me juiced. It's just like I gotta. No.
And the young Asian pizza guy.
Yes.
He was actually inside one of the turtles in one, correct?
Yes, dude. He was like in the Donatello suit. He since went on to go. He was in Surf Ninjas. I don't know his name.
I know
he's
exactly who
He's in
you're
a
talking
shit
about,
ton of
yeah.
stuff.
Can we agree?
He's
He's
the
a
last
legend.
emperor. Last emperor, right?
Legendary.
Or
I don't
he's
know
in
that.
Conan the Destroyer. He's like the little kid.
Is he?
He's been
really?
around forever.
He was really cool. He's really cool, and he's really good in that movie. His name is like Nino or something. I don't know. I just
Very good actor.
Kino.
Kino.
Yeah. Blake's watched it every morning.
Well, I don't listen. I'm on my phone, but
No doubt.
Wait, so
yeah,
you
I
watch
just-
it on your phone?
no, I'm on my phone while I watch it. I'm like, you know how we watch stuff nowadays.
I remember Super Shredder being. I just feel like it was doing too much or something. Like the first one was very serious.
Very
the second one was
serious.
much more cartoony.
Yes.
And to me, that fucked it up.
Well, that was the complaint. Is like parents were kind of like, "Yo, the first one was too scary, too dark. We can't have Casey Jones. He's too aggressive. We
Right.
got to kind of lighten it up a little bit. Add Vanilla Ice."
But why change the recipe of a hit movie and make it less
Hey.
of a hit?
Welcome to Hollywood.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Everyone's
bud.
got to have their opinion. Who knows, man? But I just remember being like, it's not Rocksteady and Bebop. This is fucking weird. And Toka and Razor were fucking idiots.
And the other thing was, those were all, shit. I think Jim Henson designed all the characters for Ninja Turtles
I'm a
2.
Brian Henson guy. Go ahead.
But I think he passed away before it went into production. So it was kind of
wow.
like, it was kind of like that way. Ernie
I mean,
Reyes
this guy,
Jr.
Ernie Reyes Jr., he's done
Shout out
everything.
to Ernie Reyes Jr. Not a flower.
No.
No
You're talking
flowers.
about Leto or
Kino.
whatever.
Kino.
Kino.
Who's
Yeah, you're talking
also
Kino.
in Surf Ninjas.
Oh, he's also in everything, dude.
Here's
his,
the
He's been
deal.
around.
his IMDb is off the charts.
Blake,
And
give us the
also,
deal.
is he a UFC fighter? Why is he in his IMDb photo standing in like a UFC step and repeat?
He probably goes to all the.
Yeah,
You know, he's
because-
a legend. As
yeah,
Blake
he's a
said.
legend, bro. He's a legend. He pulls up and they're like, "Whoa, you are the reason I fight." Is because
He
I
might
watch
train
Ninja
fighters
Turtles
now.
too.
Yeah, he's got to be.
The thing is the reason I watch it every morning is because my youngest daughter is the one who is obsessed with it right now. But what I'm
Mhm.
getting hyped on is it's making me realize that there's so many offshoot ninja movies that I can bring to the table. Like,
Are we
From
talking about like
this-
American Ninja
no, that's too
and
adult.
Enter the Ninja?
That's also too adult. I'm talking like 90s ninja wave. We watch Ninja
Oh, yeah.
Turtles 2. I could show her Surf Ninjas. I could show her Three Ninjas. Like
Three
the
Ninjas, absolutely.
the Ninja
Mhm.
Train is
Kickbox.
or
Kickback.
Sidekicks with Chuck Norris and Jonathan Brandis.
Brandis, R.I.P. Sure.
R.I.P. Legend.
Also
do
in Ladybugs.
Mhm.
Also in
Also
one of my.
Neverending Story too.
These are all bangers.
Sequest,
These are all
yeah.
10 of 10. Like
It?
Ladybugs, fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Jack A, correct?
Jackée is amazing. in
God,
that.
she used to
If
get
Yeah,
you
me
haven't
Isaac and I
seen-
were talking about just
Ooh.
how good movies in the 90s were compared to now.
You know I love them. You know I
Yeah.
love them.
And pick a random year in the 90s and we'll say top movies of that year.
94.
That's a great year. Great
Okay.
year.
You know there's going to be some
Is that the banger? Is that the
some
year
hits.
I think
of
96.
Forrest Gump and
No, I think that was 95.
5? Oh.
Oh, 95
So
was
it's
the
no, you're right. It was Forrest Gump. It's The Lion King, Forrest Gump, True Lies, The Mask, Speed, The
Whoa.
Flintstones, Dumb and Dumber, 4 Weddings and a Funeral,
Mhm.
Interview with the Vampire, and Clear and Present Danger with the top 10.
Oh, you said The
my
Mask
God.
and Dumb and Dumber, both Jim Carrey movies dropped that year.
Yes, sir.
Oh my fucking god!
I'm
And
like,
weirdly, radically different movies.
oh yeah.
Completely different.
Was 95 Pulp Fiction and all that?
Really? Was it that early
don't
in the
know.
game? 95 Pulp Fiction feels early to me because that's a groundbreaker. I feel like that
That's when it was.
it kind of changed everything. Got a little more gritty out here.
It sure did.
1995 in film is Die Hard with a Vengeance, Toy
Saw it.
Story,
Mm-hmm.
Apollo 13, GoldenEye, Pocahontas, Batman Forever, Seven, Casper, Waterworld, Jumanji. That was the top 10.
dude.
Whoa.
Damn, son.
Wait, when did Pulp
Bangers.
Fiction come out? Todd, when did
94.
Pulp Fiction come out?
94.
94. So yeah.
But it
just
wasn't
in
a-
the top
it
10.
It just
wasn't the
wasn't
top
top
10.
10. Yeah.
Right. So adding to the mix, Pulp Fiction, and then also Shawshank Redemption was that year, correct?
That's 94 too?
I believe.
Oh
And when I
my
believe,
God.
I'm usually
Well,
wrong.
I did hear Pulp Fiction didn't do well in movie theaters. It kind of was I don't know if it was a flop, but it
it's
wasn't.
sleeper.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
a bit of
it was
sleeper.
it was a critical darling, right? It won. It didn't win Best Picture.
It was
Forrest
up
Gump won
for it.
Best Picture, but that was the whole year. Was like Forrest Gump did really well, but Shawshank and which also didn't get traction in the theater until later. People were
Yeah.
like, "What's the Shawshank Redemption? Tim
Dude,
Robbins, like a
so
jail,
good.
huh?"
It is
Yeah,
a really
and then
fantastic film.
You would go to Blockbuster or Hollywood Video. You'd
Yeah,
rent
yeah.
it.
Right.
You'd get some Milk Duds or some Micanites, whatever your candy
Snow
of choice
caps.
was.
Snow caps.
Yeah, you could be
Anybody?
the kid who gets snow caps.
You'd go home on a Friday. Your dad would order some Godfather's pizza or the pizza of your choice.
Zio's
Mhm.
Pizza.
You never had it so good.
Mm.
And you never had it so good. Zio's Pizza. And then you'd fire up Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm too young to even watch this movie. I have no idea
Yeah.
what's happening.
Yeah,
but
there's a scene where he gets
He's
forced
getting
to,
raped, right?
he gets forced to suck dudes.
Okay, he's raping him though, right?
And he's like,
no,
if
got
you-
it. Because it's always a movie. I'm like, my kids need to see this, and then you just forget that between like dropping all the sand out in the yard, making like the hole,
Yeah, he's getting butt fucked.
he's getting face fucked almost in every scene, as far as I can remember.
wow.
Spit on that thing.
I
Yeah,
don't
you're like,
really remember
there's
that.
that
They're like,
many.
hey,
there's
can you
that many,
waterproof the roof? And he's like, right after you fucking suck my dick, and I'm like,
There's
right?
this many. Huh.
I
He's
don't
real-
remember
so
that,
That's
but-
why they
Hey,
call it Shawshank.
I'll suck your dick for that chest set you made.
Yeah.
Wait a
Okay.
minute.
His dick
Andy
is the shank.
Dufresne. Andy Dufresne sucks.
Andy Dude sprays.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. For anybody who hasn't watched it in a while, there's a couple scenes you forget about, but
Yeah.
they're
And why did he get arrested in the first place?
Because
He got framed like a wrongful murder.
his girl was banging that dude. The flashback scene, she's getting
Yeah,
banged
so
up against the
this
wall.
is
She's getting hammered.
1994 movies, and this is a best of list
Okay,
of
let's
94.
go.
So it's Forrest Gump, Shawshank, Pulp
Mhm.
Fiction, Lion King,
Uh,
To Live, which I don't remember.
To Live.
To
Ooh,
Live,
Live.
T.O.
Hold up.
Live.
It's not
I
must
don't
be
know.
like
Live?
an international movie.
Is it TOO?
No,
Is it
T.O.
the number 2?
T.O. I've said it multiple times. And then it's Leon the Professional, Clerks,
Oh,
Oh,
professional.
Four
Dope.
Weddings and a Funeral, Interview with a Vampire.
Oh God, sexy dude.
And by the way,
sexy.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a
To
stupid
Live is a
dumbass.
Chinese movie.
Thought it was Interview with a Vampire Slayer until right now.
I'm a
Until right now,
dumbass.
dude.
Wait,
I've never
what?
seen the movie. I was too young in 1994, and I've never seen it. So.
You never seen it? Oh,
No.
dude, there's
I've
so
never
many
seen
cool.
it either. But why did you think it was Interview with a Vampire Slayer?
I think because Buffy.
Because
the
it's Buffy the
Vampires-
Vampire Slayer.
I think so. It had to. Have
Did
been.
that also come out that year?
stupid dumbass.
No,
Ah,
way
maybe.
later. That's 96.
No. The original one with Paul
Buffy the
Rubens.
Vampire Slayer? Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
So it's Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, The Mask. These all came out in 1994.
That's
Jim
insane.
Carrey was
Jim Carrey had the
on
most
a
lunatic
fucking-
comedy run
Dude,
of
Buffy the
all
Vampire
time.
Slayer movie came out in 92.
Woo! Early
What
adapter.
the hell?
You're
Natural-
welcome.
Natural Born Killers.
That movie fucked
I've
me
never
up
seen
so
that.
bad.
I
Oh,
remember
really?
that was the movie where people were like,
I
this
remember
will fuck
coming
you
home
up if you see it.
and my parents were like, "How's the movie?" And I was like, "You can't see this movie."
Why is it?
Like I thought I had to protect them from seeing it.
What is the crazy scenes you watch? Is it like? What
I just
fucks you
remember
up?
it being so like
I want to see it. I bet
trippy
it's
and
sick.
disconnected that you're
Yes.
like, it just kind of made you uneasy. I remember I watched it
It's
as
totally-
a kid and was like, I think I
I
watched it
wasn't
with my
supposed to see
dad, and I was like, I don't. And my dad
shit's
also, it was too
What?
artsy for him. He's like, what the
This
fuck is this shit?
Yeah. I
Why
mean,
is it all red?
flick.
they did a whole thing of like where they'd show Mallory's like childhood, but they filmed it like a 3-camera sitcom. And it was like her dad was Rodney Dangerfield, and he was like, "Why don't you come over here?" And like he
Yeah.
like molests her, and there's like a laugh
Yeah.
track. Then there's a part
Yeah.
where like they're escaping a prison and helping like the news reporter get out, played by Iron Man, and everyone's covered in blood. That's all I remember. Everyone's covered in blood at some point.
Cool
Yes,
movie.
Yes.
Then
And
we
Juliette
got-
Lewis is terrifying.
Right.
In every
She
movie
is.
she does.
She
In
is.
every
There,
movie.
I said it, you
I
guys.
love
She's
her.
terrifying.
She's so I love her. She's
She
a
is,
goat.
but you're always kind of like, is she gonna just like fucking stab me?
Yeah, jump
the
out of
screen?
the screen and kill you. She's such a legendary.
Old
person.
school. Remember how she crushed in that opening scene of
Oh
Old
yeah,
School?
she was
She's the
great.
best.
in
She's like-
old school. Yeah, she seems like she's on edge, and that's probably why she did so well. You know,
Yeah.
you can't put her.
Actors
in a
used to be
box.
crazy.
Oh,
Used
yeah.
to be like, just roll. They're crazy.
It's better that way.
Yeah,
It's so much
some of
better.
the
Are you
best
kidding me?
ones are. They're either dumb or they're crazy, and a lot of times they're both.
Dude, you think there's gonna be another? Do you think there's gonna be another Tom Sizemore in Hollywood?
Can't
It's not happening.
be the only one. Highlander.
Then we got the Hudsucker Proxy.
I love that movie.
I
Banger.
remember hating that as a
For
kid.
kids. No, it's for kids.
No, I thought it was
Yeah.
cool.
No,
You know,
it was
kids.
advertised like it was like gonna be funny, and then it was not funny.
No, not
For,
that funny.
for children.
Ed
for
Wood.
a dumb mind like me.
Ed Wood is a banger.
By the way, Hudsucker
Great.
Proxy was rated PG, which I'm like, yeah.
they
just
filmed it like
seemed-
a 50s type.
Yeah, but it
Dude,
seemed more
Commit
adult.
suicide? Doesn't a dude jump out the window and commit suicide?
I think repeatedly
yeah.
people, but the way they film it is
You
like
can't even
a
say
fucking
the word
Acme
suicide anymore.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you
interesting.
can't.
Like,
They'll bleep it. Then it's Ed
Um,
Wood.
Ed
then-
Wood has one of the greatest lines of all time when Bill Murray's being baptized. They're like, "Do you take the Heavenly Father?" Like da 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 da, and he just is like, "Sure," and then they dunk him. It's fucking great.
The Page Master Quiz Show.
Oh, Macaulay
Quiz
Culkin
Show's
animated.
a banger, dude.
Yeah,
If you
that
want to
Speed.
feel smart, watch Quiz Show. Speed's a banger. Showed that to my
The
kids. They
River
said it was
Wild.
10.
Oh, that's is that Kevin
Spooky.
Bacon?
Meryl Streep, Kevin
Yep.
Bacon.
Yeah,
right.
it's also really sexual. I remember getting
That'll
like,
streep your bacon.
That'll
Yeah,
strip
that
your
was-
oh, you beat me to it. The Miracle on 34th
I
Street.
beat
Classic.
you to a thing that doesn't make any sense.
No, but I was about to
We're
say
wired
it,
the
dude.
same. We're wired the same.
Two last names, Streep and Bacon.
Gotcha, bitch.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Don't know.
The Crow.
oh,
Eric Draven
Fighter
Middle School.
2,
we could do a pod on each of these movies.
Little
man.
Giants.
My God.
The Santa
Oh,
Claus.
Rick Moranis.
Yeah, wow.
Tim Allen.
This is still 94.
This is all
God
94.
Damn.
And then now we're getting into
God
movies.
damn.
Oh, Blank Check, Airheads,
Blank check.
Mr.
Airheads.
McIntosh.
Richie Rich, Mighty
Oh.
Ducks
Richie Rich.
2, The
Oh,
Little
fuck.
Rascals, Three
Oh,
Ninjas
dude.
Kick Back, The Swan Princess, My Girl 2, Andre,
Yes.
The Flintstones,
They made a lot of
Street
movies.
Fighter.
Andre with the
Jump
seal. You remember Andre? It was a movie about a girl and a seal. It was
That's
fucking
right.
tight, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Run it
Nice.
back. Super tight.
Street Fighter, and The Jungle
With
Book.
Jean-Claude
It's
Van
gas.
Damme.
Did we give
You're-
a RIP to our boy Pete Navy? I think we
Oh,
did. Maybe we
what a
did.
ledge.
But
Dude,
If we didn't-
1994 was an absolute legend. They don't even come out with that many movies
It's
in a
also
year.
crazy that you're like, as you're listing it, there's there's movie stars with multiple movies coming out in that year that are
Yeah.
all huge. Like Macaulay Culkin's on there a couple
Oh,
times.
yeah.
Jim Carrey's on there a couple times. Tim Robbins on there a couple times. It's just like, wow, dude.
Well, you
You
used to make 2 or 3 movies a year, and then
How are they cranking them out
yeah.
so much? That's crazy, dude.
It's a fun industry to be in.
There's one more movie that I think came out in '94, and I'm
Oh,
wrong.
God.
It was '93. It's a classic Macaulay Culkin movie called The Good Son.
Oh,
We've all seen it.
that was another very
That's a true banger.
I remember hearing
Elijah
about that.
Wood.
Yeah, he kills it. He's so.
Now,
cute
you
in that
sort
movie,
of-
too.
Let me guess, Jers, you kind of related to Macaulay in that movie?
You mean in that we're like just misunderstood?
The
Yeah,
Good
it's a
Son
Good
is
Son.
about isn't it about a family who adopts a kid, and then the kid seems nice, and then he starts to be like, "I'm gonna fucking kill your parents" or some shit.
Yeah.
Basically, a kid's parents
a
die,
total
and he
psychopath.
moves in with, I think, the aunt and his cousin. I could be wrong.
Right.
And the cousin's like, "Let's go for a nature walk," and they like build a gun that shoots a pit bull. And he, I mean, this
and
is
they're
how my
little
brain
kids.
works.
They're little kids. These are
remember,
like
they're small.
7-year-olds.
These are
No, they're
they're
probably
like
10.
10. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
there's a moment where he slips out of the treehouse, and Macaulay
Uh-huh.
Culkin's holding him over like a 20-foot drop.
This
and
is
he
when
goes,
he became a superstar.
"If I let you go, do you think you could fly?" And I remember being like, this is the scariest moment I've ever seen in any movie.
Who wrote it?
Fucking
Yeah.
Kevin McAllister? What is going down?
Yeah, Home Alone.
Yes, I
Fucking-
knew Durs would love that movie.
If
that
I
movie
let you
was
go, do you
fucking
think you could
insane.
fly?
This is the way.
You're like, I'm gonna use that.
It was
I'm gonna go
wild
try
that they truly just
I do that to my
clocked-
kids over the pool.
They clocked
If I let
How
you go, do you think you could
good
swim?
of an actor Macaulay Culkin was,
Mhm.
and they were like, "We're gonna make 20 movies with you within the next 3 years before you get old."
Yeah.
Essentially, they were like a race against the clock for before
Yeah.
he hits puberty. We're gonna make as many movies as we possibly can.
Right.
With this
Before he has Blake's beard.
And
Let's
then
do
you're
this.
gonna-
before he sprouts Blake's beard.
And in the off season, you could kick it with Michael Jackson. It's all good, dude. She's
Mhm.
living the life.
It's all good.
brother.
R.I.P. George Wendt, black and white music video. But also, I do love how Mac, Righteous Gemstones withstanding, is that how they say? Kind of hung up the spurs and was like, I think I'm good. I made a gang of cash early on, and I'm just going to kick it.
No, I think he's actively trying to get work.
Again?
Yeah, I think he's like out and about a little bit. I think.
But if he's really active, he'd be in stuff.
Well, his brother.
Yeah, I don't think
took
he
the
wants to
helm.
do
Rory,
bad stuff.
His
I'm-
brother
okay,
took
but
it.
what is he in besides he did like a commercial for the Super Bowl, probably racked up a gang of cash there.
I think he
and
just goes courtside at like Knicks games or Lakers games. He's just vibing.
That's not a show.
He's dating
Or a
that
movie.
girl or married to her. I think that woman Brenda Song.
Yeah, who's on?
And it's-
is that the woman who's on Running Point? Right?
Yes, she's in
Yeah.
Running Point, and it's Kieran Culkin that is now
Yes,
the
you're
big
right.
star.
You're right. Did you ever
Whoa.
see the?
Is that what
movie-
you think? Is that what you think?
Did you ever see the movie Party
I do.
Monster with Macaulay
Interesting.
Culkin? It was
Yeah.
one of,
Of
his
course,
later
it was
films.
like essentially watching my brother's childhood.
Dude, that movie kicks fucking ass, dude.
And
Yeah.
what is
Like-
that? I never saw it, but it's essentially like they're rave kids and they just do a bunch
Yeah.
of ecstasy and shit.
Well, he's a murderer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
It's like a rave kid murder. Well, is he murdering people or are they dying? Yeah, he's murdering people.
I thought it was a murderer.
yeah,
It's but it is rave kids, New
It's-
York City, based on a true story.
yeah, it's really
Yeah.
cool. It's a great setting. It's a great setting. Just
But you
sick,
know,
dude.
you don't remember anything about it. You didn't remember that they were murderers.
Well, I
Seems
I
like
remember.
you don't
picture
remember this
Macaulay
movie.
Culkin with
I
like
remember
wings.
he has angel wings and he's got
Yeah.
big platform boots and
Yeah.
you know he brings people
So-
back to the apartment and I can't remember if he kills them or he just overdoses them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't think
Yeah.
he's
He
He
actively
gets them back to the
murdering-
apartment, and they're like, "I don't know if I'm coming or going."
I can't remember
So,
if he's like
Todd
murdering
says-
people.
here's what Todd says. Based on a true story of Michael Alig, a
Eisner.
club kid, party organizer whose life was spent spiraling down when he bragged on television about killing his drug dealer and roommate.
Oh,
Perfect.
Okay, so he did.
You're not going to want to do that.
yeah, don't do that.
You know, you
That's-
can do that, but don't do that.
That's
Yeah.
murder
You take that-
101.
Take that for what you will.
Okie dokie.
It's a really good film.
Yeah.
Who directed that movie? Is that Michel Gondry?
It has to be my boy Michel. No, it is Fenton Bailey and Randy Barbato.
Oh man, this is.
I feel like
cool.
Randy Fenton probably started it, and then they were like, Fenton's letting this movie go. Randy, we need you to step in.
By the way, I'm watching the little trailer of Party Monster, and it's him and Seth Green. This movie looks so off-putting in a way
awesome.
that I know Durs would love.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I think I wouldn't like this.
Yeah, it might not be your flavor, but it's fucking cool. It's just a cool place to place a movie in the rave culture. I don't know that it was ever put on blast like that before that.
Yeah,
and
I think it was so niche that
I froze.
That they wouldn't go to the movies to watch this movie.
Yeah, I don't think it did great, but
yeah,
it's
nobody
still
watched it.
It's still fucking.
It
cool.
was definitely on the recommended shelf at Hollywood Video, where the person who worked there was like, "You like weird shit?
You rave?
Yeah. It was just you rave. You rave?
You do ecstasy?
Where they have a little
rave?
lip piercing.
Oh yeah, all the piercings.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Jinko.
So good. And who would have known that Ninja Turtles 2 would bring
What
us
else?
all the way to Party Monster? My God.
I was kind of like, how did we get here? But
there's your chunk.
Ninja Rap to
no.
Party Monster.
Yeah, you're
94.
chunky.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that movies are bad now. As this new, am I chunking still or what? Am I talking?
No, you're back. You're back. You just got back.
Have you guys seen the trailer for the new Jurassic World movie?
Well, that's the one with now it's just the same movie, but now it's just Scarlett Johansson, and she is trying to harpoon the world's largest dinosaur.
It's an episode of Bassmasters set in Jurassic Park times.
I'm in.
I guess I'm just because even my kids, I go, "What's your favorite Jurassic Park World movie?" And they're like, "The first one," and I'm like, "Man, we are just fucking milking and squeezing the fucking juice out of this thing," and I'm like, people are showing up. People are going to see it.
Yeah.
Well, because I think people are starving to go to the theaters because it is a fun experience. But then you look at what's coming out and you're like, oh, I guess if we're gonna go, we're gonna just see this.
But the thing is, you. I mean, we don't need to get into this, but guess what? If there's a bunch of movies that come out that are good, that are things you've never seen before, then people go, you know what? You can actually just go to the movies about something you've never seen before, and odds are it could be good.
Like Hudsucker Proxy.
But if you just dump everything into the things, it's like
I agree with you. I think they fucked themselves by getting greedy with raising these ticket prices because now you're
Don't get me started on the popcorn.
I'm gonna spend $20 on a movie ticket on a movie that may or may not be good, and then you get popcorn, you get this. All of a sudden, it's like a $50, $60, $80
snow caps
movie, and you're like, this sucks. I
You know,
spent
it'd be
$80 to watch a bad movie,
dude. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna open our own movie theater chain.
It's called 1994.
It's gonna be called $15 good movies only, and the movies
got a ring.
They're not gonna come out.
It.
They're not gonna come out the day they come out. We're gonna get them a week or two later. But guess what? We're only gonna get the movies that are actually good.
No. I hear what you're saying, but do they all have to be new movies? Because we might be hard pressed to get good movies.
We might dip into the 90s.
That's what I'm saying. I liked Blake's pitch of it's just called 1994 movies.
But
and release them in order.
We want to make sure we can make make new movies. And I think that if we just said, "Hey, we promise these are good movies.
You're gonna like this."
We're not. If it's bad, we're not playing it.
We're not
Full stop.
Interesting.
Full stop.
Interesting. That's live.
And they're like, I'm
Well,
gonna get money back because people don't agree with Durs's tastes.
No, it's not up to me. It's up. There's a council of very diverse council of people.
Tunde!
what's
Parliament,
good?
a parliament, if you will.
Thank you. If I and I will. Thank
Dude,
you.
Shall.
Please, Will.
I am excited for Fantastic Four, the new one. I think they're gonna get it this time. I think they're gonna nail it this time. I feel good about it. I'm a Marvel
what do you
guy.
like about it? It seems.
Okay.
And by the way, I like the director. I worked with him on Monarch. He's a
Okay.
super talented guy.
Hell yeah.
But the trailer seems a little sanitized.
Well,
and
I
I'm
don't
just-
think they're
and
showing
maybe
their
that'll be
cards.
the-
I don't think they're showing their cards yet. I think they're trying
Yeah,
to.
the word on the
like,
street
really,
is that it's good. That's
Yeah.
the rumor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I'm excited.
I'm excited for F1. I truly
Okay.
think that's going to be.
That's
a
supposed to be
very
just
fun-
okay, right?
But yes, but
But
in
it's
the same way that
Brad.
Top Gun Maverick was just okay.
Top Gun Maverick was not just okay. Top Gun Maverick was violently satisfying.
I think this is going to
People
be the
loved it.
same amount. I think it's going to be. I mean,
The reviews I'm reading are not favoring it.
Oh, really?
Who
Oh,
cares
man.
about review, man? Come on, fuck. The
I agree.
reviews.
I'm with you.
If it's
but-
not part of our Parliament Council, it
Yeah.
doesn't
Mhm.
matter, dude.
It doesn't
I
matter.
was just gonna say that.
You beat me to it. Bacon the. I wish I
What?
could pull it from
What'd you just
what
say?
Adam said. I can't remember from River Runs Wild. Bacon the.
We'll give you a minute, Adam. Should we give him a
Oh,
minute?
You gotta streep
Yeah.
that bacon.
Oh,
There it is.
Yeah.
Streep that bacon,
Sometimes
baby.
you gotta street that bacon.
Hell yeah.
We can do that with modern actors, I suppose.
So
yeah.
you're not excited about F1? I thought we would all be kind of on board seeing F1.
I
like the
I
trailer.
I am.
I like that kid
the
that was in Snowfall. I think he's great.
I never watched that.
He's
Oh.
great in it, and then
Yeah.
he also just looks cool. You're like,
I
oh,
thought
that
he
kid-
was the dude. I thought he was. He looks like the Hometown Road guy. What the fuck is the name of that song? He
You
looks
thought he
like
was-
Lil Nas X. I thought he was Lil Nas X in the trailer.
Okay.
I'd watch that movie. I'll watch anything Lil Nas X will do.
I also would watch that movie, but no.
F1,
Totally
he get F5. I'd watch that guy F everybody.
No, dude.
Yeah, but
there's
when
no
I-
way.
when
There's
I
no way
first
this
saw the
movie,
trailer,
it
I
might
thought it
not
was
be
him.
a great
No.
movie,
It's gonna be
but
tight.
it will be entertaining. It'll be
Yeah.
worth going to the movie theaters.
I want to go see it. I want to go see it.
I want to see it. You want to see it?
Yeah,
I will
wanna see
say
it.
what
You keep
sucks
talking about it.
my least favorite part about being a parent is
Being a man.
being a man. No, is you cannot watch a movie.
Yeah.
There's no movies being watched
It's over.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like by the time you put the kid to bed, you have time for 1 hour-long episode of television, and then you might
Mhm.
start the second episode,
Yeah.
and you watch half of it, and then you go, "We should go to bed."
Adam,
right?
but
What
But
just
now
wait.
is your wife
Adam-
awake for that? Because mine just is like, yeah, we should definitely watch something.
No, she
Yeah, that-
watches.
that happens.
She
Okay,
has a hard
that's
time
good.
sleeping, and I don't. Like when I hit the pillow, I'm usually out.
This is news.
I'm on a lot of medication now, so it makes me.
This is the way.
So by the
Yeah.
end of the day, I'm
Coma.
out, baby. Once
Yeah,
my
yeah,
head hits
yeah.
the pillow, and
Yeah.
she can't fall asleep. So we essentially have to go to bed at the same time. So she
You make her.
or
You make her.
Yeah.
You're going.
Because
because if
to
I
bed.
try to stay
Hey,
up, she won't.
sweetheart,
she's like,
we're-
I can't
we're
go
going to
sleep
bed.
unless. Yeah,
We're going to bed.
No, she
Mhm.
does that to me. I'm like a little fucking kept dog, dude. I'm
Mhm.
like, she's like, we have to go to bed
Adam,
because
Adam, we're going to bed.
if I stay up late and watch
Yeah.
a movie or something, then as soon as I get into bed, she's such a light sleeper, I'll wake her ass up, and she's like,
Yeah.
Adam,
"Okay,
I don't care. The game's going into overtime. We're going to bed.
we're going,
Mhm.
we're going to bed." We haven't
We're
run
going to
into
bed,
that,
Dad.
luckily, but
Yeah, you're not going to watch movies for quite a while.
what? Now,
And
what?
then
How
when you
long?
do
When
start
movies come
watching
back?
movies, you're gonna watch the same movies every morning, and it's either
Well,
gonna
yeah.
be Ninja Turtles
There we
2 or
go.
Frozen 2, and you're gonna watch them every morning. But
Hmm.
it's kind of cool because
You know I have a
when we
boy,
were
right?
in 1994,
Yeah.
dude, Ninja Turtles, you're gonna
Okay,
get
Ninja
that,
Turtles.
and
Yeah.
Frozen
Okay, all
2 is manly in some ways.
Yeah.
Don't.
Although I
or
would
you
say
know what?
Ninja
Let him
Turtles
let,
2
let
is
your
only gonna show
boy
him-
watch
I'm
Frozen.
only going to show him that
You know what?
the clip that Disney just said that they're cutting from the movie. What was it? It was I think it was in Mulan. It's at the end of the movie of Mulan. They have a scene where like the Hun are saying like this is how you be a man, or like toughen you up like a man or something. And Disney just released a statement saying they're cutting it from the movie on Disney Plus because it no longer stands for the values of today. And we wish we would have never
I'm a
put it in the
dude.
movie.
Oh, so you're
I
gonna
don't
just have
remember
that
it.
on repeat?
Yeah, I'm only going to show him that. I'm only going to show him that.
You want to watch Mulan?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, he can watch Frozen. If the boy
Yeah,
wants to
he can watch
Frozen.
Frozen.
let him
I
watch
don't care if
Frozen.
he watches
Come on,
Frozen.
man.
I'm
Can't
totally
just
Blake,
kidding.
the
But that being
scientist
said,
in Secret of the Ooze,
Oh,
he's a good actor.
He R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yeah, he just died a
Oh.
few years ago. I remember looking him
Yes.
up and being like, "Damn, he just died."
oh,
He has been
You'd
the
recognize him.
topic on my group text. He was in Star Trek. He was like, he's
Yeah.
a very good actor. Very good.
I
we can
think
give
that's
him
my favorite
flowers.
thing about movies is watching like something like Secret of the Ooze and seeing that guy and being like, "Damn, everybody
jumps-
just had to do a gig every
he-
once in a while."
He jumps off the screen. You're like, this guy
Yeah.
knows how to act.
You're like, "How'd they get this guy?" And you go, "Well, that guy probably got divorced that year," and was like, "God damn it."
Yeah.
All right.
that's
And he's-
exactly
You know?
right.
Like they
Dude.
talked about, is it who's the dude from Michael Caine, right? Michael Caine. Somebody was like, "Oh, you did Jaws 4. It's a real heaping pile of shit." And he was like, "Yeah, I bought my mom a house with Jaws 4 money. I don't like the movie, but it was a good time."
Well, he also
got-
Michael
bought my
Caine's
mom
the
a house.
best. He also said like, "How do you choose a movie?" He goes, "I look at the log line, exterior Hawaii, I'm in. If it says exterior
Caine.
Alaska, I'm out."
Michael
I love it.
Caine.
I love it.
Dude.
And then they they
Caine.
do what they do. Wherever they are, they're bringing it. They're
Which
doing
Yeah,
it.
There's-
they're the
and
best version of themselves in every movie.
Durs, I'm gonna let you have the floor after this, but that dude from Ghostbusters.
Hey, so
2,
Durs, shut
the
up right now.
judge-
Shut up. Shut up.
The judge, you might want
Yeah,
to
of
shout him
course.
out. He just passed away a couple of weeks ago.
He did.
This is another glue guy. You're
This
a
is
young
a-
man. You're watching this movie. There's just a guy that you just never forget these performances, and it's not.
He's a
it's-
lion of the screen.
It's just insane.
Yeah, he's the judge from Ghostbusters 2 who just crushes because
The
he's like the
coolest
pissed off
scene
guy
ever.
and he makes the ooze or whatever
The,
they
like,
call it,
the
slime.
Scolari brothers or
Yeah.
whatever.
He gave him the chair. Scolari
Yes.
brothers come back. But like he's also in Scarface.
Oh yeah, okay, I
know
know
that.
what you're talking about now.
And just like
He's just awesome.
character
because
actors make me fucking so stoked to be part of the business. Because
Yeah.
I'm like,
he's so
those
good.
character
Because-
actors were so fun where they were able to just do a bunch of small parts in these big movies that
And they
that
crush
stick with
in
you
everything.
and they crush.
remember
And
all
that
the
guy's
old
like-
ladies of the 80s and 90s who kept being in cool movies being like, "I am skateboarding." And then they'd be in the next one. And you'd be like, that old lady's always good.
Yeah, and you start to
The one who
think
had
they're
the
hot.
one who was Sandler's mom in
Oh yeah. And
Happy Gilmore is like
Yes.
the most legendary one.
Yeah.
She's
That
Like-
one was in everything.
Face like this.
Uh-huh.
She was in everything. And she always
I
crushed.
think she's
and
in
I'm like,
Kingpin.
who was
His
she?
grandmother, right? His grandmother.
Different woman.
Yeah.
Different woman.
Is
Oh,
it?
okay,
Right,
okay.
exactly. Because I wonder, like, because then you also go, like, well, did she just start acting when she was like 50 or 60 or 70? No, she was probably some fucking hot ass babe in her 20s who had like a slew of movies, raised her kids, came back, crushed. Whatever the journey is, it's always interesting to me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is really cool.
That's what I just
Yeah, I know. I like seeing those character actors where you look back at their old work and they were like with like John Wayne in like a Western
Yeah.
in like the 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Or they starred in a movie. They starred in many movies and then they
Mhm.
just weren't, they just didn't become a movie star. And so then they got kind of like into TV or whatever the fuck the
Yep.
case is. Like William Atherton, who was in like Sugarland Express, Steven Spielberg,
Mhm.
huge movie, great actor, starred in that, then just wasn't a movie star. But
Then
dude,
Had to do
Die Hard
Workaholics,
and-
unfortunately.
and then yeah, he finally fell down the rung to where he
All
did
the
an
way to
episode
the
of
top.
Workaholics.
hang on, William Atherton, Die Hard, unbelievable in that.
We
I'll-
stepped on it.
Ghostbusters,
I know you're gonna
unbelievable, and Bio
Thank
Dome.
you.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
this is
One
a
of the-
guy who every
This is
time
a guy.
so good.
I
Yes.
just read it was some like critic, and I was reading some dumb thing that I shouldn't have even been reading. But he had said, like, this was one of the worst movies ever. This is right up there with Biodome. And then as soon as I read that, I was like, well, now I can't
You're
take
obsolete.
anything you say serious.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
You
maybe
don't- you know
this
nothing.
movie that you say is the worst movie since Biodome, I want it to be. If it's as
Yeah,
bad as
I hope
Biodome, it
it-
might be one of
Right.
my favorite movies.
I hope it's that bad.
I hope
hope
it's
it's as
that
bad.
bad.
Another example of a movie I remember seeing and then being like, well, that guy seems pretty cool. And then realizing this is a person who has had a crazy career was Big Top Pee-wee, starring obviously Paul Rubens, but Chris Christopherson.
Oh,
I remember being like, oh, this guy seems pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
And then when you go, oh, he was like the biggest movie star of the 70s and a huge musician and like popular, but also like
I
a
remember
man of the people
I
type
remember
guy.
Kyle
Yeah.
would always say that he looked like Chris Christopherson. Do you remember this, Blake? He
Oh,
would like
boy.
claim Chris Christopherson.
Freaking see ya.
Yeah.
And
you
I
either
was
wanna be
always
that
like,
or,
I don't know.
He looked
dude.
like Crisco Christopherson.
I'm like, I don't know, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
We'll give it to him.
Yeah, I might as well. Yeah, I look like Mark Wahlberg.
Well-
Yeah,
Water
we
trash.
have our people.
Blake,
Well,
who's your guy, Blake?
Who's your guy that?
Habibi,
Yeah, there it is. Nice.
I look like a where the wild things are monster.
Durst? Who's your guy? Who do you look like that you don't look like, but you're like, oh, kind of.
You
Durst
you
looks
guys
like
tell
a,
me.
like a Skarsgård.
Yeah, you could be a Skarsgård. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like the sixth brother that people forgot about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
I'm here too. Also,
Dad's good genes. start-
Vorngore.
They start weeding out the genes.
Yeah, I
a
had the
little bit.
runners. Nice. Oh,
Yeah. No,
I'll
what
go
it is
back
is
to Sweden.
the dad like or the mom stepped away with someone and then Durst came and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess they're brothers.
I
Yeah.
see it.
And he always goes, and he always makes sure he goes, and I'm also proud of you too.
Yeah, I'm really proud of.
But
the-
if you
where
could
is
just
he?
stand back while I stand with my stable of movie star sons, you
You're
go
You're cool
always. Can you and hold this actually? Hold
I-
everyone. Give you them.
Too. Yeah,
Take the phones.
go start the car.
Any
He's a good-
takebacks, any apologies, any epic
Hmm.
slams.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Wow.
I'm really thinking about it. And
Would
Yeah,
you like to
'cause-
give? You were going to give flowers to someone.
flowers.
Yeah, Blake. You
Who, me?
said.
yeah, I think he said no flowers is what he was trying to.
No, well, he was
make
dead.
sure nobody
So
died.
didn't he just die? This person just died.
Yeah, it was the guy from Ghostbusters too.
Yeah, but do you
Yeah.
want to say his name, or you
I
just
have
want to
no
say?
clue. I
Oh,
have
it's
no
here
the
in the
best-
chat. Todd puts it in the chat.
Harris.
Harris Yulin.
Yeah,
Great.
Harris
Well,
Yulin.
then, and I would like to apologize to Harris Yulin
Yeah.
because you should be a household name.
Well, if
RIP,
you click
my
on the link,
friend.
which I know you won't, it says
Mhm.
another one of those frustratingly nameless but omnipresent and talented faces of stage, film, and television. Chameleon-like player, Harris Yulin.
He's
And
great.
by the
man.
way,
also,
I just
go ahead.
I love it. No, I just love it. I just love it
I-
because then when
also-
you get to work with some of these guys, you're like,
You're like,
Yo,
holy
man.
shit.
You don't even
I
have
used to watch Daryl every morning,
Of
you know, or
course.
whatever the fuck it was.
And you don't even
Mhm.
have to watch Ghostbusters 2. You should. It's very good. I
It's awesome.
think
Underrated.
that's the other
Underrated.
thing I wanted to get to about like sequels, but that might
Mm-hmm.
be a better sequel than the first. The first is very good, but I just
That's
it
like
just
Pitch
hit,
Perfect 2. And
It
Pitch
hit me at the
Perfect,
right time. It hit me at
Mm-hmm.
the right time as a youngster.
Fair enough.
But I will say that you don't even have to watch the movie. Just go YouTube the scene because you can watch that whole scene in the courtroom. The dude is fucking lights out, dude. Harris Yulin.
He's
Yeah.
on fire.
You're,
He's coming on
you're-
fire.
You're legendary. You're coming on
Maybe
fire.
and Blake, maybe for the board, pull something from there.
Yeah.
Okay, you got
Make
it.
it come
Yeah.
on fire next week.
You got,
And
my
is there a
bad.
better?
I
I
kinda
just
fell
love when
asleep at
Bill
the wheel.
Murray. There's like he's like on the stand and he's being deposed or whatever, and the female lawyer comes up to him and like presses him, and then he puts his hand on hers and says "kitten," and she's like, "Jesus Christ!" Like,
It's a
fucking
really great
Peter
scene.
Venkman, you dog.
It's a great scene.
He can't help himself. But the
Everything
whole thing
about
is
it
great.
Explains
When Dan Aykroyd goes, "Toasty,"
Yeah,
like we're getting under the table.
Yeah.
watch it. YouTube it now, guys.
Your
It's the
guys'
Scoleri
ability
brothers.
to remember movies is I
That
mean, my
scene
Snapchat brain.
specifically is
I can't.
super-
I can. It's
It's-
because of that guy too.
I think it's only Mrs. Doubtfire that I can remember the
Burned at the stake.
Well, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
bully. That had to have been 94 or 5, right? Mrs. Doubtfire?
That's a great question, dude.
Yeah,
That's
Toddy. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire,
Todd.
pull it up, please.
Pull it up, Mrs.
Pull it
Doubtfire.
up.
93.
I do. You know, can I? Here's my take back. There's a large part of me.
It's chunking.
Am I?
I know
really?
what part. I know what part you're not talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
There
Start
it
it again.
There's a large part of me.
Uh-huh.
Not that part, obviously.
You need
that
another 4
wishes
inches.
That wishes I watched Robin Williams movies and enjoyed them like you guys do,
Yeah.
because
He does
it's
nothing.
just
yeah.
it's
He does nothing for you.
it's hard. It's hard for me to want. I want to, I want to
Crazy.
cheer you on at this craps table, but I just can't.
You
Yeah.
are a few years older than us, and I think,
Yeah.
and you have older brothers instead of younger brothers, and
Mhm.
you had no one to show you the young ways.
Yeah, you probably weren't there when Jumanji was really in your wheelhouse, and
Mm-mm.
Jumanji set it off. Even before that, though, Aladdin.
I
No,
just
Jumanji
didn't. I'm
didn't
trying to
set it
think
off.
of like no, but you know
For
what
me-
I remember. You know what it was? Not it was, but like I remember seeing the movie Toys in the theater
Well, that
and
was
being
his
like,
worst
"Holy
movie.
fuck!"
Yeah, that's
This
his
is
worst
awful.
movie. Yeah, it's his worst movie.
But I'm trying to think about where I got soured on it.
It's
Dude,
a very like
his-
terrible movie, but it's surreal and pretty.
Oh,
cool.
I mean,
Bullseye
and his
Crushes.
Aladdin was also my favorite animated movie. It
Yeah,
still is,
he
I think,
killed-
my
he killed
favorite
it.
animated movie. He
Coco.
absolutely crushes as a guy who does a lot of voiceover work.
Yes,
And they allow you to improv quite a bit in voiceover.
Yeah.
He is just on fucking fire. And you're like, oh, there's
Right.
no way the writers wrote that speech
of
for
course
him. He
not.
just
But then you
went
see
off.
Will Smith do it, and you go, "I guess everyone can do that."
Yeah, he did
Okay.
really good.
I mean, you got 2 more wishes. Wow,
dude.
What was his real? I mean, Hook. I
Hook is unreal, but I
Yep.
think you have a
Yeah.
childhood
I've got a
memory of that.
I've got a
Yeah,
complicated relationship with
yeah,
Hook.
I think that fucked you up, bro. Because Hook also
Um,
was like, it just cemented.
What is
it.
what's
fucking
Robin
classic.
Williams' biggest banger?
Like
I mean, Mrs.
Like-
Doubtfire, probably.
Goodwill Hunting?
Well, Goodwill
Nah.
Hunting, sure, but he's
Yeah,
not.
but
the
that's a whole
star of
different
the-
thing.
Yeah.
That's just his
Well, then
hairy
it's
ass
Mrs.
arms.
Doubtfire.
Mrs.
Soft-
Doubtfire. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Birdcage. I never saw Birdcage.
Birdcage
But
is
like, what was
great.
before?
Good Morning Hello Vietnam.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I
It's
had
Good Mo-
that
Good Morning
trailer on the
Vietnam.
Predator VHS for sure, but
you want to
never
know his
saw it.
late one? 24-hour photo off the chain, dude. Off the chain.
Yeah, it's 1 hour photo.
It's
That's
1
right.
hour.
That's
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
24
like-
hour would be kind of shitty.
I
It'd be
saw
like
it.
a
Fucking
regular turnaround.
And was he the bad guy in Insomnia? Am I crazy?
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But like, yeah, early on, I was just put off by. I don't know what movie. Well, I'll Google it and I'll come back next week. I promise.
Oh,
Okay,
Okay,
guys.
well, and that was
I can't
another
wait to-
episode
Hello.
of
Yes!
Yes!